Hey, it's Wednesday. Time for another Action Figure Adventures video here on SEO Tour Review. Today, Baby Skeletor and I are taking a look at two G.I. Joe Collectors Club exclusive figures. We've got a Cobra Officer, the Cobra Night Stalker's commander, and we've got Rampart, the Shoreline Defender. These action figures are part of the figure subscription service number 6. Pause it here to read Cobra Officer's card, and pause it here to read Rampart's. We've got these two figures out of the package. We're going to start by taking a look at the Cobra Officer. Back in 2007, the G.I. Joe Collectors Club released similar versions of this character using the O-Ring G.I. Joe sculpts as part of one of their Collectors Convention exclusives. Anybody that's a fan of the original G.I. Joe cartoon show knows that the animators often made female characters, female scientists and female officers and things like that we never saw as action figures. The club tried to correct that a little bit in their Tanks for the Memories box set by releasing a squad of female troopers. I like the sentiment, and the club has to army build those sets to make them work. I'm not a big fan of it being a squad of female troopers, but I like the idea of female troopers, or officers. To me, if you had female troopers in an army, they would wear the same uniforms and be in the same units as the men, I would think, or at least with the same job specialities. If they're infantry troopers, they're infantry troopers. Why would you have a squad of female infantry troopers just separate for some weird reason? I don't know. So, I like this figure, I can put her in my collection with other Cobra troopers and officers, and she can lead a squad, and, you know, making up my own routine. But I do kind of wish she had the exact helmet as everybody else. Like, those goggles on top of her head makes her not look like a regular Cobra officer. Cobra Officer comes with a removable helmet, a submachine gun, a pistol with a silencer, and a knife. The figure is wearing a black Cobra uniform with a silver Cobra symbol on her chest. I kind of wish she was wearing just the dark navy blue like the regular Cobra officers. But, you know, that's me trying to rationalize her into my own G.I. Joe universe. In the club's universe, this is what the Night Stalkers, that female squad, wears. She's got a little logo on her sleeve there. I am glad that they don't have the open back shirts. The original con exclusive figures had like flesh tone painted all back here, like a low cut back, which is very impractical for military operations. The shade of orange they use for her hair is a little bit crazy for me as well, but you know, I'm not going to complain too much. There's Joe's with fiery orange hair as well. She's got a little belt here. It would have been really awesome if she had a holster for the knife, or even a working holster for that pistol. Down on her leg, there's a little pouch here. She's got some silver knee pads and some boots. So it's a nice looking figure. There's some minor tweaks that I would make for my own Joe-verse, but the club has their Joe-verse has these squads, and I think it's not a bad figure at all. Cobra Officer also comes with a figure stand with her name on it. Next up, we've got the G.I. Joe Coastal Defender Rampart. This is a modernization of an early 90s figure. Not a bad character at all from that point in the toy line. I did not have him as a kid, but I had a friend that did. Rampart originally came with a bazooka-type missile launcher that had a strap and 2 removable missiles. He also came with a machine gun that seemed a little bit big to be carrying around on his own. And so they've sort of modified that a little bit here, changed the accessories up slightly, but I think he really captures the likeness of that original figure. The club has done a pretty good job of capturing the likeness of Rampart here. I'm not sure what the story is with his hat, but as a kid, it always looked like it was covered in fishnets to me. But he's got goggles, as the original figure did. This time they are removable, so you can actually pull them down off his face. You could hang them around his neck if you wanted, or if you unplug his head, you can actually lift him up and put him on top of his hat. I prefer to keep him over his eyes, just because that's the way his original figure looked. Rampart comes with this barrel-fed machine gun. That's a pretty cool accessory. Not really like anything he came with before, but a little bit more practical gun for him to carry around. He's got a cool tactical vest with all kinds of stuff strapped to it there. He's got 2 different belts, some tan pants. Down at the bottom, he's got these green boot covers. They do have some camo on them. They're not quite as bright as the original figure, so they don't stand out as much. They were kind of a very memorable detail on the original figure to me. And then the black boots. I did also notice his belt has this little hole. I don't think that's used for anything that he comes with. I think that might just be left over from part reuse, but I'm not totally sure. To help recreate the look of his original gear, Rampart comes with this gray missile launcher. it doesn't quite fit on his shoulder real well. I was trying to get it to line up just right, but it seems too short for that, unfortunately. But it looks good. You know, from this direction you can't tell as much. Well, maybe more. It does not have the little loop strap piece. It doesn't have the missiles that are removable, but it works just fine for me. It looks like this used to attach to some sort of a stand because it has that pig hole in the side. And then Rampart also comes with a machine gun. This gun's a little too big to carry, just like Rampart's original accessory. It's a nice machine gun. There is a little tripod here made up of 2 pieces. There's an ammo box that's actually removable. And there's also a little handlebar piece that just fell off. So you can see this breaks down into quite a few pieces. Rampart's final accessory is a figure stand with his name on it. Thanks for watching this Action Figure Adventures video. Do Baby Skeletor a favor, hit that like and subscribe button.